Om Sri Sai Ram, my humble pranams at the lotus feet of Swami. Invoking the blessings of Swami, let us continue discussing Sathya Sai Parenting. We have seen how the dynamics in the family shape the character of children. We have seen how the interpersonal relationships of parents influence children's behavior. In that relationship, we have seen the spouse bond. Now we have to see the communication styles within the family. Children imitate, copy, follow the communication style of parents that happens within the family. Therefore, parents have to be very careful when they communicate with each other, especially in the presence of children. What is communication? Swami has often said, and I quote, communication should be rooted in truth, love, right action, leading to peace and harmony. Unquote. Communication does not mean only verbal communication. It is even behaving, even thinking, feeling, and behaving. Everything communicate. Even a thought can communicate. Swami emphasizes speaking truth, even if unpleasant, with kindness and love, while avoiding harmful and divisive language. Now, for word, the Sanskrit word is vak. So listen to what Swami has said about vak. I quote, I always say vak shuddhi leads to manashuddhi. That is, purity of word leads to purity of heart. That is why I insist on quiet talk, the sattvic talk, the sweet talk, and little talk. Sattvic talk means no anger, no hate. Such talk will cause no quarrel, no BP, no factions. It will promote mutual respect and love. Unquote. Now, it's a very, very pertinent statement that Swami has given about the spoken word. Now again, look at Swami's famous aphorism of watch. We are all familiar with the Swami's aphorism of watch. That is WATCH. Watch is watch your words, watch your actions, watch your thought, watch your character, watch your heart. Now, how can we make our communication in family as parents value-based? Now, our whole aim is to see that parenting becomes value-based. So here an important thing is that parents should be truthful when communicating with each other. Now suppose what will happen if a child finds out that one or both the parents have not been speaking truth or have been speaking untruthful things. So what will happen to them? Suppose the child is very, very small, very young child, say before the age of 7. Now if there is a lot of untruthful talk going on in the family, the child takes it for granted that it's okay. So it becomes a parental permission not to be truthful in communication, not to be truthful in talk. Now the child takes it as a parental permission and it assumes a position that it's okay not to speak truth. So this is what happens if this happens in the family before a child is somewhere around 7 years or so. If this happens for an adult, what will happen? Because everybody has been saying that you should tell the truth. And the boy or a girl finds out that the parents have not been very truthful in their communication. What will happen? They will become emotionally devastated. It will be a complete collapse for them about their values. So we have to be very careful in communication because we live in what is called a post-truth world. What is a post-truth world? It is a world that we live in where the boundary between truth and falsehood becomes very blurred. And what is truth today is what is considered as important, not the correct fact. That is why it is called a post-truth world, where the boundary between truth and falsehood becomes very, very, very narrow. And truth is not based on facts. Now, effective communication in a truthful world should be deeply intertwined with truth and honesty. Now, with the parents effectively listening, engaging with diverse perspectives, and conveying information clearly and concisely, and that becomes effective, truthful communication in parenting. Now, truthfulness builds credibility and fosters trust. It's a very important thing. The truthfulness creates a lot of trust between in the interpersonal relationship of the father and the mother, which a child observes. Now, kids often learn through observation and imitation. Very important. Kids often learn through observation and imitation. Now, we have earlier said that a child is not a miniature adult. So, a child absorbs whatever is being said in the family without any editing. Now, seeing their parents communicate openly helps a child learn the value of honesty. It's very important. Now, observing that their parents communicate openly, truthfully, now creates a value of honesty in children. Showing that it's okay to make mistakes. This is another thing. Many times, children tries to be untruthful because they're afraid that they commit a mistake, they will be punished. So we have to give a message to the child that it's okay to make mistakes. And admit it. Admit if you're wrong promotes accountability and responsibility. Being honest and truthful with your kids. Another thing is that your interpersonal relationships, a parent's interpersonal relationship based on truth, as well as being an honest to the kids, can significantly impact their emotional and cognitive development. Now, that about truth. Now, it is very, very important that communication based on truth alone can foster the value of truth in children. That we have to very much. There's no point in sermonizing, preaching, advising truth to the children. They have to see how truthful their parents are while communicating with each other. And by only seeing, you cannot say that. You cannot preach truthfulness to a child. Do as I say. You cannot do that. You can only say, do as I do. We are truthful. We are honest. And so the child absorbs that quality and that value. And child also become truthful in their communication. Now that is for truth. Now we come to Dharma. What is Dharmic communication? We have to understand. We are trying to connect Swami's 5 basic human values with every aspect of life. Here we are trying to connect the 5 basic human values with the family dynamics, and in the family dynamics to the aspect of communication. And what is Dharmic communication? Dharmic communication is what promotes the message, that prompts the message, that spreads the message of help ever, hurt never, and love all, serve all. Now this is a very important, this is a very deep-seated message that Swami has given us. So a Dharmic communication is what promotes in children help ever, hurt never, and love all, serve all. Now parents have to understand the true meaning of these words, and when they communicate with each other, every communication that they have between themselves should make the child feel these very important Upanishad-like words of Swami. The words parents use, they speak to each other, is very important. The words the parents use while communicating with each other should instill in children very important 3 things. We have to understand a very, very, very significant message that Swami gave us. Deva Preeti, Papa Bedi, Sankaniti. Now, while communicating with each other, you see, this is not a direct communication with the child. The children they are observing the communication with the parents. So when the parents communicate with each other, the words that they use, the sentence they use, the body language they have, should give a unwritten or unheard message to the children. These concepts of Deva Priti, Papa Priti, and Sankaniti. Here, the love of God, fear of sin, and social justice. Everybody talks about social justice, but Swami has very correctly said that social justice can happen if only people have Papa Bhidi. And for Papa Bhidi, only the root, the golden root is Deva Priti. The message that the children should get should be these principles of Swami. Now, this is about Dharmic communication. And Dharmic communication also means another thing that we have also seen how Swami has given the definition of Dharma. And he said, what is Dharma? Dharma is that if I don't want somebody to do something to me, I should also not do the same thing to that person. In communication also, Dharmic communication is what? If somebody does not want me to hurt by their words, I should not be hurting anybody by my thought, word or deed. So this message should go to the children, not directly by the behavior of the parents, especially in the way they communicate with each other.